Yep, right game. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Penguin Academy game analysis. This is the playoff stage of the 2026 Winter Super League, and we have the pairing of Justicium and his Dark Elves versus Dialion and his Old World Alliance. The winner of which, let me have a quick check. The winner of this pairing will go on to play Wenteros in the quarterfinals. Wenteros, who made it straight through to the quarters. Fair warning. So fair warning, I'm not looking forward to this game. Both of these players were pretty awful last time I watched them play. Made me miserable. And I've just come off the back of a horrendous dice in on Fumble. So I have made myself some cherry Bakewell hot cross buns toasted to enjoy, to try and calm me down so I don't just go straight for the throat with whatever nonsense either of these do. Maybe they'll bring their A game and I'll enjoy my delightful snack and some good Blood Bowl. You never know, right? I think we do know, but you never know. So let's see how they set up. Okay. Not 1,000,000% certain what's happening here. If he wanted to, he could get 2 dice on this blitzer and then 2 dice on the ogre. That's not hard, is it? Because you just blitz him, and then you have 3 assists for the 2 dice there. But it does leave you in a weird, jammed-in shape close to the sideline with a Slayer. So probably not worth it. But seeing as he's not playing, can anyone explain why that's not properly protected on the left-hand side? Bit strange, isn't it? He's set up to just not play the drive. So why aren't these two one to the left? I guess we'll never know. So, like, A minus. Maybe, yeah. I mean, this is such a... It's pointless. It doesn't gain you anything. Maybe just B plus. Oh, this makes it worse. He's fighting. He's not even dackering and running away. Again, Dark Elves fighting Old World Alliance, Sabash team. Okay, a little bit of aggression. Don't hate it. Again, why are we doing this as the Dark Elves? Like, what is the point? Giving up hits to take hits. Why? You're the elf team. Why are you dodging him first? He wasn't on Mighty Blow. He was on the ground. So he made 2 dodges. I don't know if you noticed. He made 2 dodges. So he could have dodged the 2 standing pieces and just left the one on the ground on the ground. It's not dodging in the right order. This weird... You can get the Mighty Blow tackle on the witch now, which is terrible. Obviously, you've exposed the witch for no reason at all. I just don't understand, man. And now you've lost a Blitzer because you're fighting Old World Alliance. Are we pushing up the pitch on turn 3? Okay. Okay, makes all his dodges. Just rolls dice before moving players, why not? Gets another removal. Is he going to rush? Look, this is a rush blitz with a loner. Hasn't moved the blitzer yet. Second rush with a loner. Gets a full pow. And another removal, which has been appoed. Does the rush, the correct one. I don't know why he's taking this block for. It's terrible. And then doesn't even push him in the right direction. Obviously, you push him directly south, so he can only dodge backwards. It cuts his movement down. Like, if you push him diagonally there, to get to this square is 1. If you push him straight down here, to get to this square is 1, 2, 3. You've taken 2 movement off him by just pushing him to the right square. Well, you made it over there. And that's all we did. Enoch, mate. I now want to know what the conversation going on in the other chat is. Honestly, the only tie-in is whether or not we see Cathay. I'll be doing a video on that soon. Okay. So the Dark Elves went down to 1 reroll. The ball is away. But it's turn 4. He's going to end up having to dick around some more. This guy's going to get jammed between 2 guards, so he's not going to be able to help. You better hope the witch doesn't get powed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because he can actually blitz the ball here. Should go there. So you should use the Augur here as the assist. Okay, or move him around there for the assist. Take this block. Full pows. Amazing. So we use the catcher as the assist. Annoying. And now we blitz the ball, leaving the thrower for recovery. Oh, come on, game. The Dark Elves sucked. Of course. Look, Dialion wasn't great, but the Dark Elves sucked here. And to survive by that nonsense and that nonsense, absolutely ridiculous. Literally ridiculous. There are no words to describe what my face is doing. Do you have an explanation for this kind? So instead of scoring, Tempest, Justicium threw a pass to the end zone. Let me find out if Jim is awake. That's not a misclick, is it? You can't accidentally misclick a pass. Like, that just can't happen. It is really hard to throw a pass accidentally. No, it would have come up every single time he moved, Rogue. Like, you have to click the player, click 4, for pass. So I assume he clicked 4 somehow. But how did he move first? Like if he just was standing there and then he clicked the end zone, it would have thrown a pass from this square. So you had to have. So even if you accidentally select pass and then press OK, because you also have to press OK, there's an "Are you sure" button that pops up. It would be above his head when he moved. And yet he still went to the end zone and threw the pass. Like it would have come up on the screen. Like the whole pass, like, layout would have come up on the screen. You can't miss it. This is the 3rd or 4th time something like this has happened to Justicium. This is not the first time something like this has happened. He lost a cup game all the way back in Blood Bowl 2 because he just fireballed randomly in like the middle of a turn. Not in this way is what I mean, Rogue. Right, so let's say, for example, he selected pass and then he double-clicked the end zone, as you say. He wouldn't have moved a square. He would have thrown a pass from where he was standing. To move the square first, you have to manually click the square. And if you move and with pass activated, you have the full pass thing on the screen. All of the red, green, yellow squares, etc. all come up. Like, it's impossible to miss. If he was standing there, maybe. Maybe you could have pressed 4, your cat could have pressed on 4, and then you double-click the end zone, and you threw a pass. But the fact that he moved the square first rules out almost all misclicks. I mean, it's happened now. It doesn't really matter, does it? But pretty terrible. So what do you do? Yeah, we've got you with no rerolls. You have to play carefully, right? You move this blitzer. One, two, three, four, five. Probably to there, right? To on him. And then you move the auger to in front of him. So you jam this front guy in. You use the thrower as an assist. You blitz the blitzer with the mighty blow tackle. And then you come back and you base this blitzer with the mighty blow tackle to create this screen. That allows you to take a block with the blocker. If you get a POW, it frees up this front guard. And then you go and try and pick the ball up with the catcher. And then you stand the guard next to him. I reckon that's the play. That's what I would do. That's my turn ordering. Well, Tempest, in that case you agree with me, because that was the turn ordering I just said. Don't like this. Bad position for the thrower, right? Doesn't block him in at all. Needed to be so that you could block him and push him behind the thrower. So he has to, again, as we talked about, dodge backwards and come round. Now you've just allowed him to just dodge straight out here. There's not going to be any protection here. And then you've 1 in 9. Thus completely exposing the ball. Well, that was something. Good was not one of those things that it was. And Justicium immediately burns his only reroll, making a dodgeless dodge when he's got a dude right here to have done it. Unbelievable. Wrestles. Doesn't snake. Gets the pickup. Hey, look. This guy is now this guy's suddenly snaking. However, if he wasn't snaking, it would have been important if he was behind the player and not on the side of the player. But he did snake because Blood Bowl has a sick sense of humor. And I don't mean sick like the 90s. Like, bro, that was sick. Terrible, terrible follow, right? You're going to take this block. If you don't get the POW, you want him blocking forward motion. So he should have gone there. He should base him, and the catcher should come here. And then he would be there, the catcher would be here, and then this is a 3 dice block. And even if you don't get the POW, you're pushing in between the tackle and the catcher. Just basic Blood Bowl positioning. See, and now he can just dodge out backwards. It's like, it's terrible, isn't it? Like, it's just straight up terrible. It's just a 2+ to walk off. Skulled out. Why? Why? Okay, I did just give up. Yeah, the other guy has no rerolls. Just stop rolling 1Ds. Full POW on the catcher. 2+. And doesn't make it. It feels like nobody's playing well, and the game is just messing with them. I was right. This game was being rubbish, hasn't it? There's an assassin right there. One in 9's the pickup now. Jesus, this game is a joke. One dice POW gives him the opportunity to go for the pickup and pass. Hey, look, he can quite easily. Select pass and use it properly. Well, that was a big pile of nothing. Man, there's just nothing for Penguin Academy, is it? Other than just saying this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. Bring on the quarterfinals. Got the reroll there. The Old World Alliance. He didn't have the ball, yeah. You're right. What? Oh, he still haven't activated the Augur. I didn't see that. My bad. Just a stun. Full aggro mode. God damn. And he's dead. That's probably the end of the drive. Two missing blitzers. It'd have to be an absolute disaster now. Yeah, it's the problem, isn't it? He's just given up a load of blocks for no real pressure. No, the Augur's fine to activate here. Nah, it's fine. He was in a decent spot where he was, but to get the 2 dice block, it doesn't really do anything bad. Like, all he's really doing there is exposing a possible red dice on a 1 dice POW. Like, I wouldn't hate that to activate the Augur. If you're rolling that kind of dice, you can roll other kinds of dice that are equally as ludicrous. A 5+ blockless block into red dice sack. Well, he's still fighting. There goes the assassin. No, no, he stayed on the pitch. Well done. Okay, Pow and the Witch. Will she disappear? No. Okay. Chunt's Column. Classic. And... okay. And I guess Justicium conceded somehow with the reconnect. People have got to stop playing important games on the little screen on their smart fridge. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. I have to do that. Couldn't get out of that myself. Well, there we go. I guess Dialion takes the win in the first one of that. That means he just needs a draw in the second match to move on to the quarterfinals. Not words you would normally expect to hear, Dialion, and move on to the quarterfinals, but there we go. Justicium is the Dark Elves Tempest. I guess, seeing as we don't have the rest of the game, I can now fill up the end of this VOD talking about my plans for YouTube. So I want some feedback from chat. So, once we hit the 1,000 subs, I can fully monetize the channel. Which sounds a little bit mercenary, but, you know, it does take time and effort to make videos and things. I don't think there's much point in monetizing what I currently do, which is just uploading these casts, which I do anyway on Twitch, right? It's already monetized on Twitch. And making little listicles for fun. What I'd like to do is to fully establish the Penguin Academy. For those of you on YouTube who don't know, I run something called the Penguin Academy. I have done for years. Sometimes I run streams, full Penguin Academy streams, where I start teams and just talk through everything I do, for like super basic stuff for beginners, not just the stuff that I talk about during these games. I also do private coaching, have done for also quite some time under the same branding. That's why old Coach Hopper is down in the corner. So what I'd like to do is to set it up so that similar to the American university classes system. So we'll do some intro to, which are like the real basic stuff for very beginners of Blood Bowl. Like literally like intro to Blood Bowl part 1, and like go through how to play a game, what block dice are, like full intro stuff, right? And then we'll go through like 101, 201, 301. So 101 will all be free, right? They'll be the basic guide videos. So DACA 101 will teach people, will just tell people what a DACA is and the basics of how to do it, what it's for. And then DACA 201 will talk about some DACA strategies, like, you know, how to break through, when to break through, like more advanced skill sets for players. And, you know, you can fan that out across all different subjects. And then the 201 and 301 stuff will be for members only. So that will be the YouTube membership. It's like subbing on Twitch, right? It's like a $5 a month or something. So that stuff will be behind the membership wall. So I will do both. Obviously, there'll be more 101 videos than 201 and 301 because there's more subjects which you don't need to go into depth on. But like how to do a one turn, like one turns 101 will be like how to do a movement 9, like Skaven one turn or something. And then the other one turns all the way down to like movement 6 or something will be paid content because really beginners like don't need all of this extra stuff, right? They're not going to start doing movement 7 one turns. They just want to know how to do a basic drive structure and things. There's no point in trying to like hit them up for cash. But the people who want to get better at Blood Bowl, they spend money on Blood Bowl, right? Tabletoppers buy their teams, buy the paints and brushes, pay for travel, pay for the event, pay for overnight stays and food and drink. They spend a lot of money on Blood Bowl. So, you know, if they want to get better as well, you should. That's a piddling amount of money compared to the amount of money they spend on being bad at Blood Bowl. So, I don't think there's a problem to have that be the monetized part. So that's what I'm planning on doing. And obviously we'll start with the non-monetized part and ease into it, right? So the first videos to go up will be like intro to whatever and something basic 101. There aren't going to be any race guides for a while. I'm going to want to wait until April to play some games with all of the different teams to, you know, lock in what I already think from just reading them. And then I will probably try and release the race guides when Blood Bowl 4 comes out. It doesn't really work like that on YouTube, or like once you put a video on YouTube as membership only, it's locked in as that. Like it shows people the thumbnail to try and sell people stuff. But hopefully the 101 videos are what are whetting the appetite, right? 101s won't be useless. They won't just all be describing something. Like one turns 101 will not be like what a one turn is. It'll be like how to do, you know, a movement 9 one turn or a movement 8 sidestep one turn. And then, you know, we'll show some of the different in 201, we'll show some of the different harder one turns and some of the thing, and then maybe we'll do 301 stuff, right? With how to push outside of a regular grid, how to do the black hole method, like things like that. How to set up for a quick snap. So there's steps for it, right? I'll draw up loads of plans for all the different videos, and then I'll just go through them. And once people start buying memberships, I'll try to release like enough 201 plus videos that it's worth it. Like maybe one a week or something, or like we'll try that. So they get, you know, a full video once a week on top of the stuff that they're already getting for free. So it'll just be a different way for people to support the channel. So that is the plan. Originally this was the plan for a Patreon, which everyone would have to pay for. But then the rules changed on Twitch and I had to start a YouTube to keep all of these videos. So seeing as I had to start a YouTube anyway, and that has built-in monetization options, yeah, nobody should have to pay for anything. So it's just for people, you know, with disposable income, which everyone who wants to get that good at Blood Bowl, like tabletoppers, online not the same, right? Online is going to be a bit of an issue. It's why I haven't done anything like this before. Tabletoppers should have no complaints, right? They already spend way more money than £5 a month to play. But online, there are plenty of people who might want to get better and don't have any disposable income. And, you know, sorry is all I can say. It does suck. I'm not going to lie, but, can't get everything for free. You still get all of the free videos, and you still get access to me, right? The people who are online and watch via Twitch and stuff, they still get just direct access to me. A lot of the stuff that I'll be talking about in 201 and 301, I've talked about for free in these casts, and I've answered questions to people in Twitch chat for free with that knowledge. It's just if you weren't there at that time, you missed it. It's not like some kind of, super secret Illuminati cabal stuff. I've already mentioned everything that'll be in the videos at some point on a stream. It's just I'll be putting it together in one place for people to listen to and to practice while they're watching the videos. Yes, exactly, Odd. So, there's always a free option. I don't like... So, sorry, Bucky, if you're out there. This isn't a dig at Devo, by the way, what I'm about to say. I don't like the full business option. I don't like just treating it completely like a business. Like, it's totally fair to monetize stuff. I have monetization right here on Twitch, right? Loads of people sub to me on Twitch, and I'm grateful for the money. It's helped me out considerably when I've not been working through my illness and things. But I don't like going full grifter, which isn't about Devo. I almost said who it was about then, accidentally. Grifter part is not about Devo. Devo just treats it like a business, which is totally fine. So, yeah, I want to try and walk the line between monetization and making me feel bad for the people that don't have any money or no disposable income. Anyway, that's the plan. Seems like the few of you that responded seemed like that was a good idea. If there's any lurkers out there who are listening, by the way, and want to give me some feedback, you can speak up. Negative feedback is allowed. I don't mind. If you think that sounds like a bad idea, or if you just, want to recommend or request some specific videos, also works. I'll probably make a video about this to introduce the Penguin Academy, and people can, talk on that as well on YouTube. I'll do like a listicle style video to just introduce the Penguin Academy. Yes, so there will be Penguin Academies that don't just use Blood Bowl 3. They will use Fumble 2. I will still do private coaching, Dion, yes. I haven't done it because, honestly, I haven't felt up to it. Hello, Rodri. Yeah, so the real basic stuff, the intro stuff, that's probably going to be what I prioritize for the first videos. I'll probably do a video like a week of intro to Blood Bowl, like part 1, part 2, part 3, and that will be like super basic stuff. Just to introduce people to me, to introduce new players to me, like real basic stuff, like literally, and it'll be specifically to different types of Blood Bowl. I will do an intro to Blood Bowl 4 or whatever when it comes out. Like, honestly, we've got Blood Bowl 3 for at least the next 2 months. I might even do an intro to Blood Bowl 3 and just say, look, it's only here for the next 2 months. Possibly longer because of the whole, we don't know what's going on. So, here's how to use... There's no point in just waiting those 2 months, is it? People are going to use Blood Bowl 3 and buy Blood Bowl 3 for the next 2 months. And then I can use that as a template for intro to Blood Bowl 4 and just change whatever I need to change for the next video. So real basic intro to Fumble, and then intro to Blood Bowl will be, yeah, literally like, the idea is to do this. These are the block dice. This is what they mean. Like literally real basic stuff. That's what intro is, right? In the system, it's complete you haven't done this before. And then 101 will just be like, you know, regular teaching people who know the rules of Blood Bowl how to just play Blood Bowl. Like drive structure 101, explaining that it's better for most teams to score on turn 8. So you block a bit, you move forward, you claim space, etc. That kind of shit. Just basic stuff. Anyway, I appreciate all the feedback. Jim is here now, and I got a different thing to talk about. Jim, what happened in this game? Justicium's, like, smart fridge went on the fritz or something? Instead of scoring, he threw a pass to the end zone and then randomly conceded? I'll wait for Jim's explanation, and then I'm going to go back to Ord about the thing he just said. And thank you, Rodri. I appreciate the feedback. We all have a problem with Blood Bowl 3. What happened in this game? Hey. It was the disconnect. I figured it was, yeah. Did he explain what the problem was with throwing the pass? It just didn't seem like... It didn't seem like a misclick that was possible. Strange. Because a misclick was possible, but he moved a square. So it was possible, for example, you know, if he had something on his keyboard that pressed 4 for pass. But if that was the case, he would have thrown a pass from the square he was standing in. But he moved first, which kind of just negates all misclicks, right? Because it means that he moved with the giant pass layout everywhere and just somehow didn't see it. And then threw a pass to an empty square, which is actually difficult to do by accident. Double-clicking doesn't do that. Otherwise, how would you ever walk with someone with the ball trying to throw a pass? Double-clicking is how you do that, right? It's very, very weird. Yeah, I'd have more sympathy if he wasn't the guy that something like this had happened to like 6 times already. Like, we were talking about him last week, and even when we were talking about him doing some kind of weird misclick then, I pointed out that he's the guy who lost a cup game by just randomly fireballing in the middle of a turn. Anyway, before we end this video, now that we got that information, thank you, Jim, appreciated. I would just like to have it on the record permanently on YouTube that it's not tender hooks, Ord. It's tenter hooks with a T. And on, not in. You are on tenter hooks. That is today's English lesson for non-English speakers. I don't believe you can have tumescent tenterhooks. It is, yes. The tenterhooks is one of those, like, common accidental sayings. So give it a few years and tenterhooks will probably be in the dictionary. as the world has decided to do that over the last decade or two. A tenter is a frame, and hooks would be used to stretch cloth over it so that it would dry. Not King's rules. Made up murder explanation. Anyway, we will see you in the next game. Another one of those games with like 20 minutes on the end that ain't part of it, but it would have been 20 minutes of actual gameplay, and the Old World Alliance were probably winning anyway. They'd removed enough players that they were almost certainly winning this game. He is pointlessly in Chunt's column, so there was a small chance of this next turn being real bad, but that's all it is, a small chance. All right, we'll see you in the next one. We will try to find the Justice Dialion next game. Remember, in that game, actually, I'll just explain in the next game. See you there.